this loud and clear. Sometimes I wish that I could stop
Hier encore, j'avais 20 ans, je caressais le temps et jouais de la vie comme on joue de l'amour, et je vivais la nuit sans compter sur mes jours qui fuyaient dans le temps. J'ai fait tant de projets qui sont restés en l'air, j'ai fondé tant d'espoirs qui se sont envolés, que je reste perdu ne sachant où aller, les yeux cherchant le ciel mais le cœur mis en terre. Hier encore, j'avais 20 ans, je gaspillais le temps en croyant l'arrêter, et pour le retenir, même le devancer, je n'ai fait que courir et me suis essoufflé. Ignorant le passé, conjuguant au futur, je précédais de moi toute conversation et donnais mon avis que je voulais le bon pour critiquer le monde avec des involtures. Hier encore, j'avais 20 ans, mais j'ai perdu mon temps à faire des folies qui ne me laissent au fond rien de vraiment précis que quelques rides au front et la peur de l'ennui. Car mes amours sont mortes avant que d'exister, mes amis sont partis et ne reviendront pas. Par ma faute j'ai fait le vide autour de moi, et j'ai gâché ma vie et mes jeunes années. Du meilleur et du pire en jetant le meilleur, j'ai figé mes sourires et j'ai glacé mes pleurs. Où sont-ils à présent? À présent, mes 20 ans.
Ladies and gentlemen aboard Delta Airlines flight to Atlanta, flight attendant, please put all your luggage in your compartment. Do have a bag. Don't be rude. Put it in front of you. Okay? You might have a less leg room, but have some decency. Don't you care about? We did as much as we could. Freaking out on my end. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for boarding Delta Airlines flight. We appreciate your time.
Customers and crew is our #1 priority and the shared responsibility of everyone on board. So before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items securely in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you. Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear.
If you lose an electronic device in your seat, do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle.
Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and keep it fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin.
Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes, or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors. There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft.
In the event of an evacuation, leave all carry-on items behind.
All exits are clearly marked with the green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits and remember, they might be behind you.
If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull the mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Flip the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest.
For children under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lab children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table. Be sure your seatbelt is fastened, carry-on items are secured, and aisle armrests are at resting position. If you're seated in Delta 1, please close your ottoman door. If your seat has a footrest, stow it now. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket. While we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we get ready for takeoff, please settle in. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta.
Fires went through my head. This shit has been too long. I got my 12 gauge sawed off. I got my headlight turned off. I'm out to bust some shots off. I'm out to dust some cops off. I'm a cop killer, better you than me. Cop killer, fuck police brutality. Cop killer, I know your family's grieving. Fuck 'em. Cop killer.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the next stream.
Got my brain on high. Tonight I'll be all night. I got this long ass night. And your neck looks just right. Now my adrenaline's pumping. I got my stereo pumping. I'm out to kill me something. A pig stop me for nothing. Cop killer, better you than me.
How we doing tonight?
Cop killer, fuck police brutality.
Nick Street Friday. We're
Cop
flying
killer,
over today.
I know
We're
your
flying out of
mama's
Denver,
grieving.
Colorado, on our way to Atlanta,
Cop
Georgia.
killer, but tonight we get
This is your
even.
captain speaking, the American Academy.
Yeah.
Black funk music. Body count, cop killer. Welcome, folks. It's Nick Street Friday. Everybody have fun. Music's probably way too loud. You probably can't even hear me. It's black. It's black punk music. No, they're black. Should be getting up to our cruise altitude, 39,000 feet today. Folks, welcome to the show. We got a nice flight ahead, plenty of in-flight entertainment. Should be a nice chill show. We'll be taking calls, listening to stuff, doing our thing here. So thank you for joining. Kick back and relax. You're flying next to me.
Cop killer! Cop killer! Cop killer! Cop killer! What do you want to be when you grow up? Cop killer! Good choice. Cop killer! I'm a motherfucking cop killer! Cop killer! Better you than
Take
me.
disavowing like a mug.
Cop killer! Fuck police brutality!
Right? We don't want no police brutality,
Cop
right,
killer!
folks?
I know your mama's grieving!
I know your mama's grieving.
Cop killer! But tonight we get even!
What the? Welcome, folks. We're gonna have a nice, fun show. Like I said, not too much weather. It's clear skies, flying out the summer 6 departure route out of Denver International on our way to Atlanta, Georgia, Hartsfield International, one of the biggest airports in the country. Well, folks, it's Friday again. Let me say hi to y'all. We need the clouds. It's daytime clouds. We need the chat and we need the camera. What's up, folks? This is your captain here. Smudgy camera, but we're here. I think I got my light shining on you guys. What's going on here? Aha, that's better. This is your captain speaking. Welcome, welcome. What's up, Maina? What time is it for you? Pete, John, Nathan, welcome. Birdie Bound Brian, we got an air marshal on board, so be on your best behavior. Alias name, that means you. That's okay. We'll allow the vape. It's nicotine? What's going on here? We can't have any hot boxing in the plane. None of that. Kevin Howe, welcome. Bobby Blanco, what's up? Lake Martin Tattoos. I've never seen your name, so thank you for tuning in. Nick, your music scared my birds. Was it the Meshuggah? Welcome, welcome. Carver, yes, sir. Thank you for being here. Dick Nixon, thank you. Am I the only one that doesn't remember the engines of commercial airplanes sticking out so far in front of the wing? I rode planes as a kid many times with window seats over the wings. New tech? Nice. Thank you, Dick Nixon. What's up, Steve Strock? Booty Warrior. Welcome. Hefe, I see y'all. Let me thank the first class super chatters. We got first class seats already purchased. We do have to thank them. So, ladies, are you working? Do we have any flight attendants? Where are the flight attendants? Are they up? Somebody wake them up. They got to go wrangle our first class seats. Hello? Where are the ladies? Okay. We got first class supers. Birdie Bound Brian, Steve Strock, I believe Lord Spike Protein. Wrangle them up, ladies. Hog tie them. Throw them in their first class seat and start just feeding them. Feeding them snackies and drinkies. Welcome, Birdie Bound Brian. He says, we about to be high, real high, the real high. You're making me think of a song. High. And Steve Strock, thank you. We love the Nick stream, don't we? He says, Trump voice. We love Nick stream, don't we? We love this anchor, baby.
I'm ice cold. Ice cold. You out here flying high.
High.
Go ahead, fly that thing. High. But fly alone.
But fly alone. So emotional. We're not going to get into that right now. Welcome. How many times can I say welcome? And, of course, Mayna. What is up, Mayna? Thank you for your super chat and your first class seat. Someone wrangle Mayna and throw them in their seat. Make sure they're comfortable. Appreciate that, Mayna. I know Hake says it funny. I know you're down under. Did you tell me what time it was? What time it is? Okay. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Let's make sure we're flying perfectly fine here. We are currently at 25,000 feet, so we are definitely going to get a call from the FAA. Should have turned these off already. Lights off, taxi lights off. Nobody saw that. We got to get up to 39,000 feet. Our flight level is 390 today. Make sure to plug that in. Get up to that speed. Beautiful, folks. Once we get up to our cruising altitude, we will be turning on the airphone, and you can call in 760-515-3855. You'll see the title change and the numbers pinned once that's all open. Right now, we're chilling. Delta Airlines. You know what I really need? I need a Nick stream, like Anchor Baby Airlines livery. I used to call these streams Anchor Baby Airlines, Nick Stream Airlines. But now that I got the liveries, I got Spirit, Delta, American Airlines. I can't, in all good faith, this is a Delta Airlines flight. So, I'm going to get on that. I'm learning some Blender, big time. I've been trying, tortured artist, trying to make stuff on this Blender, Photoshop, all that. Holy man. It's like, I'm in a weird spot. Where I know all the tools. I know how to use everything. I know how to, but everything I make is still crap. So, any artists? Gotta get my camera right. So, I'll get a Nick Stream livery going. That'd be cool. Anchor Baby Airlines livery. That's the skin of an airplane. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know your lingo yet? How long have you been watching? Welcome. What's up, Bobby Blanco? Court Green, welcome, sir. Yeah, we're flying an A320neo today. Remember when we were flying the little Cessna? I thought it would take a lot longer to get to a passenger plane like this. But all of your support has been awesome. You guys have been watching the streams, the replays. We definitely have enough passengers to fly A320neo. Nice. Eventually, we're going to be flying the big jumbos. That'd be cool. Court Green, we're flying on our way to Atlanta, Georgia, Hartsfield International Airport. We got the chemtrails on. We currently have chemtrails engaged, activated. You can super chat to disengage the chemtrails and save the planet, the virtual planet. That's a joke. I actually don't have the ability to turn off the chemtrails. That's not up to me. So that's just gonna go, as you can see. Contrails, whatever. Anyways. I've been there. Must have been nice. Is it? Who's been to Atlanta? All right, We got some just random stuff to get into. You know who was talking about JLP? I saw someone in my chat mention it. You know who Sam Hyde is? Samuel Hyde, school shooter. That's a joke. Sam Hyde, American comedian. Samuel Whitcomb Hyde. Okay. Claim to fame was a Adult Swim TV show. Short-lived, 1 season. But very interesting. $1 Million Extreme World Peace. I thought it was great. I still come back to it every now and then. It's a keystone content for the era, okay? You may know him from his 2070 paradigm shift where he pretended to do a TED Talk. Fantastic. Very funny stuff. And you know, the controversy was he was on Adult Swim TV network with a show, this brand of comedy was like very ridiculous and surreal. Skits, not unlike, who were those guys? Tim Heidecker. I don't need to freaking rehash the whole $1 Million Extreme story here, but if you know any Tim Heidecker and that kind of brand of surreal comedy, that's what they were doing. But if you read between the lines, all these articles started coming out calling it alt-right and alt-right show. It was like pro-Trump at times. Like it was just even in the it was just subtext, but it was too much. It got canceled. You know, it's been years since after mad canceling of Sam Hyde and his associates, along with also many names that we know. Alex Jones really did the first domino to fall. At least some see it that way, and so many more. Gavin McInnes around this era of banning and censorship. It's been a big market change if you've been paying attention on Elon Musk's takeover of X, the conversation that's been allowed. You got, like I was presenting to you yesterday, you got Candace and Tucker Carlson. Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson talking about things that people got debanked about in just a year or two ago. Debanked. I'm talking about Nick Fuentes. You know, it's toxic. His name is toxic. Jesse Lee Peterson streams on cozy.tv where Christ is king. So amazing stuff, censorship and all that. Sam Hyde was on stream today earlier and showing mad love to JLP. My volume's low here. Let me see if I can boost it. Sam Hyde was showing mad love to JLP, and you know, this isn't the first time I've seen a stream recently where it was a similar kind of vibe, but it was a little more short-lived. Like it was just like you know, it's just somewhat mentioned. This was a little bit longer. He played clips and everything. He was giving advice to someone who was asking about Nick, over 800 debanked over the Freedom Convoy. Yeah, crazy stuff. Canada, what's up, Point Fire? Thank you. Kilo Alpha Tango, Iron Phoenix, Bob Dillo, Santino. Welcome. I was telling you about Sam Hyde though, and he was playing some JLP clips. He was giving advice to someone who had super chatted in, asking about how to basically handle women. I was actually able to record it, so we'll watch that here because there's a couple of things here. I've been trying to express this. A couple of levels here. How there's a consciousness, awareness rising, and it's the few, but that's all that matters. That you only need the few. You only need the few. God works with the few and all that, you feel me? And there's a consciousness rising, you know, not only politically and all these people talking about things that were banned, but spiritually. Jesus has talked about more God. And it's like, you got Sam Hyde. And I've shown you clips of like others, like Zerka, Sneeko, these people who have such a huge, like ridiculously huge, as whatever you think about them particularly, they have a huge young audience. They are part of this like, you know, new era of content, kick.com, very young people. And, but they're talking about Christianity. They're talking about forgiveness. They're talking about women, and you know, how evil they have and the evil of men and the evil of how bad things can really be. The hellscape that is America at times, but also a little bit of light too. It's really cool. Zerka has been getting his A beat. I saw that. I don't know. Someone was telling me that this might be planned, Zerka, to get all like attention, but Hey, wishing Zerka well and all that. There was a bunch of people who came to church after having Zerka on. I remember there was a bunch of people, 2 couples. It was one couple and one individual, a guy, and they both came separately at different times to church with Jesse, and they were like, man, we came here because Zerka, because we saw Zerka on the Fallen State. So that was pretty cool. And this is what I'm talking about. So consciousness rising, the silver lining of truth, even what Jesse talks about. It's like it speaks to something grander and deeper that's been in man. In it's the word. It's the word. It's been in man's heart since the beginning of time, and it's been expressed and channeled through over the ages. Thoughts are lies. Love your enemies, and beyond that. And we're seeing that today, and it's super cool. I think it's super cool. Also, a little bit about women, and I was kind of touching on it yesterday, like tortured lover boy stuff. This like tortured lover boy thing. There's something that people really don't get, and it's kind of a black pill. But being a man is not letting it be a black pill, but it is a black pill, and it's that there's something quite dark about making children. There's something like there is a darkness you have to go through. There's a hell you have to enter. There is a for two fleshes to make another. And these little tortured lover boys are basically being total fruits about it, basically. And it's to get their stuff wet, man. We all know what it is. So we're going to get into a whole bunch of stuff. It's super cool. We're going to get into calls as well. Let's check the cockpit here. We're flying. Let's see. Are we up to our cruising out? Oh, the yoke is shaking. Nobody, calm down, calm down. Okay, you may be hearing the computer yell, overspeed, overspeed. That is dangerous, but I'm a professional. I am a professional, so don't be afraid. All we got to do is slow down. Nice. All right, calm down, plane. And the F-16s are closing in. All right, folks, we are at our cruising altitude, so you know what that means. The airplane sounds. There it goes. Seatbelt sign is off. You can call in 760-515-3855. Talk to your captain. Amazing. Professionals do dangerous things. You're so right. You're so right, Birdie Bound Brian. Any Chinese balloons at this altitude? What was what altitude was that balloon at? How do you go too fast in an airplane? All airplanes have a terminal speed. Did you know this? After a certain amount of speed, it's unsafe to fly because they literally break apart. Do you know about this? You know that there was a plane that flew really fast, way faster than its terminal speed? It's just, these are just kind of like, they call them facts and stuff. I mean, it's not necessarily truth, but it's interesting facts. There was a plane, I believe, sometime in September, years ago, maybe 2001, that flew faster than terminal velocity, than the speed that it would break apart at. Into the Pentagon. Okay. What's up, DJ On Paul? What's up, Matthew? Thank you for your first class super chat there. Says Nick, always based, off the cuff, and professional. 1010 would recommend again. Appreciate it, sir. Rome 13. I don't know if you're definitely not I'm saying definitely not a flight attendant. Like, don't take that personally, but I haven't seen another lady. Go get Matthew, wrangle him up, and throw him in his first class seat. Thank you. What's up, Rome? Prep Hand Paul, welcome. Thank you. But how can a plane overspeed on a globe, huh? You ever think you're everyone's messing with me, right, Nathan? Let's go. All right, boys, ladies, gentlemen. We're chilling, okay? Oh, yeah, that's right. Sam Hyde. I want to show you these clips. A nice white pill moment. Baroon, what's up? A nice white pill moment. Sam Hyde and JLP. Let's just get into it here. And we're going to do our thing. Should be cool here. I do believe I missed. Oh, no, never mind. Let me make sure everything's solid over here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I think I have the clips saved somewhere. Where did I put those pesky, pesky clips? This pesky, pesky spider Won't leave me alone. I mean, honestly. You'll have to forgive me. Where did I put the Samuel Hyde clips? My desktop is a mess. Samuel. Is it these? I found them. All right, folks. Let's go. I've minimized everything. Pilots can't run like this. You can't run with everything minimized. Samby Hyden. What's up, Reefers Chiefers? Thank you, thank you. So, like I was telling you, I already preambled enough about it. Sam Hyde on his stream talking about JLP in a positive way, in a based way. Let's see if we could. Is this the one?
We got Midwest Depressed with 20 bucks.
Norm poster on.
Hate you because you're a son of God.
Ooh. Not that one.
That's what's the problem with the preachers.
Okay, we're almost there.
What the is evil.
Ooh, bingo.
That's
boys.
Jordan Lee Peters. All philosophy is fucking.
We're gonna find it here. I know it's. I was clicking around.
I think he posted some of his own stuff
right
too.
Here, right.
He's on Twitter. There's a guy who
I
think he
So here's a super chat. Someone asking for advice. It's pretty much how this starts off. I'm pulling everything up. I minimized everything. Hold on. We're doing it live. These guys look like winners, says Matthew. That's what Jesse said. I mean, a similar comment. A similar comment. These guys look like winners. Yeah, I think they're all fat, but Sam's strong. Sam Hyde in the middle is actually strong. What's up? Oh yeah, I already said welcome to Carver. So this is clip 1. Super chatter asking the boys for advice.
The store.
The Chris Lynch store.
The Chris Lynch posts. Patrice O'Neal.
So where'd you get clothes and short? Wang with, we got Tiani Wang with 20 bucks. Where to get more advice regarding women, like what you said about cutting short, ex complaining. Also, where'd you get clothes and shoes? I'm 5'8".
The store.
The Chris Lynch store.
The Chris Lynch store. Patrice O'Neal, Black Phillip, Chateau Artiste.
So he starts giving names on like people that he could look into that might, give him some more insight into women. Patrice O'Neal. I mentioned him yesterday. I've watched that Patrice O'Neal special and so much other things. Not saying I know everything about comedy, but he's my favorite. Look, it's deep stuff. It's deep stuff. Because he tells you, and ladies too who are listening, he tells you what guys are, what men are, not who we are, because who we are we're actually perfect creatures, but what we are, and that can maybe help. It might help a little bit. Patrice, so he starts giving names, like I said. He talks about some Twitter people.
On Twitter, there's a guy who
Chateau Artiste.
I think he reposts Fort Worth Chateau Artiste stuff, and he gets like no traction. I don't understand why, because his account is it's called Fort Worth Playboy or something. Is this him? Yeah, Fort Worth FW Playboy. Posts goods. He reposts Chateau Artiste stuff. I think he posts some of his own stuff too. But this is worth following. The very best one, and you're not going to like this. My brother, is this janky ass website from fucking? I mean, it says 2015, but this looks like it's from 2007. masculineprinciple.blogspot.com.
I know a little bit about this masculineprinciple.blogspot. Really interesting info here if you wanted a real breakdown of the gender war and the suffragettes and feminism and all that. But really, it draws on the writings of Otto Weininger and from Sex and Character, and this whole idea. I mean, it borrows from a lot of disciplines, if you will, on masculine and feminine. And I mean, it's not about learning everything you can. It's like all of this is true, and I'm gonna memorize all this. No, but it's clear to me, at least in reading this, 𝒏𝒊𝒂𝒍�g has, and I don't know much about him. Maybe he's a weirdo, like some of these psychologist type people, like what's his name, Freud. Maybe he's a total weirdo, but it's clear that he's definitely tapped into some truth here about the male and female character. And this website is just very interesting, but it's a black pill. It's a huge black pill. It's 𝒏𝒊𝒂𝒍�g and other things that really are the advent of the Andrew Tate, not the advent, but it's the same kind of philosophical through line from people like, I mean, if you've lately now, Andrew Tate and stuff. And the idea is there's some really dark conclusions when you realize the evil nature of the female. And some of the darkest conclusions, the most manipulative conclusions, and you know what I mean a little bit when you watch some of Andrew Tate's stuff. As much as I like the guy, it's manipulation, slut making. Let's be real. Right on, Lord Spike Protein. And it's a going into it on purpose kind of thing. Imbibing, is that a word? You know, drinking from the cup purposely of anger, right? Because it's and let's be real, it all amounts to an overreaction to the truth, which is a childish thing if you think about it. Not manly, not masculine. So, because this is how it's been since the beginning of time, boys. You're gonna get mad about it now? We're gonna get into it for real. So, masculine principle, 𝒏𝒊𝒂𝒍�g, and all that. The light, the thing that breaks it all apart is, of course, Jesus. That may sound strange, but it'll become clear. Let's watch Sam Hyde here.
This one right here will get you right. Now listen, the important point is with this stuff here, with the dark triad and the essentially black pill on women, like finding out what female nature is it's pretty close to a black pill. You're going to end up a cruel. Otherwise, you're going to end up basically a gay man. Who's the this guy?
Okay, let's
Paul Elam. He said something like crazy out of pocket recently that was like an anti.
He calls him Jordan Lee Peterson. Watch.
Woman thing. Jordan Lee Peterson. We love Jordan Lee Peterson.
We love Jordan Lee Peterson. You can't find the clip.
It's not going to be easy to find the clip.
I'm watching this and I'm like, dang. I'm trying to I'm in the chat. This is a recording. I'm in the chat and I'm like, type this.
There's a part where there's a clip of Jordan Lee Peterson going, well, a woman's love is love of the devil, because a woman's god is the god of the moon, is the devil.
I've never heard Jesse say that the woman's god is the god of the moon, but it does fit that whole esoteric thing. The moon is the woman, the sun is the man. The man is the giver, woman is the receiver.
A woman's love.
YouTube hates JLP clips. It's like one BET interview and maybe Trevor songs. I know, Carver. What the F? And it's like, before they used to really, like, you couldn't even find the channel, but now it's just the same BET interview every time you search his name.
Is evil. Well, a woman's love is love of the devil, because a woman's god is the god of the moon, is the devil.
That's funny, American native.
A woman's love is evil. That's the Jordan Lee Peterson thing. So you have to understand the black pill, but you have to temper that with kindness and mercy, because it is the man's job to take care of women. That's how it goes: God, man, woman.
Yep. Jeff Hewitt says that chat flies though. He had around 5,000 today. In fact, he said he had 7,000. He had like 1,000 on Rumble. So there was 7,000 people watching this. I'm telling y'all. Astral projection. Shout out Hassan. Wow, Hassan. Astral projection. Friggin' the message, the word, the vibe, awareness, consciousness rising. Elon Musk all the way to Jesse Lee Peterson. Do you see the through line? Do you see it? I don't know what to tell you.
Child, dog. And that's the chain of love. Like a child can never love a mother the same way that a mother loves a child. It's just not the same. And a woman can't, with some rare exceptions, probably with black women, honestly, because they sort of switch it around and make the man into the child. But
he's been watching. You hear that? He's been watching those calls and black mothers. He has at least seen some. But yeah, I mean, connecting the dots there on how the evil, the darkness of the woman, but how love must come through you anyways. You can't let it be a black pill. At some point, you gotta just love honestly. It's gotta be pure love. It's gotta be all love. And you gotta ignore you can't be black pilled by the evil nature. And if you pay too much attention to the evil nature, you'll find yourself, the fractures in yourself too. It's all a big freaking like satanic mess. It's so upside down. You start tripping about her because there's just some things that like you wouldn't do. I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to say. But this goes both ways, let's be real. But you think to yourself, things that you would never do if you love someone. And then it happens. And they may be small, but you're like, what? And you trip about that, but then you go into your head and you start tripping, and then you go, and you're like yelling it in your head, and you realize, wait a second, who's this Gollum, disgusting creature yelling in my head? That's me, or your ego. I got to pay attention to myself. It's such a like wild thing, and it's so upside down. But what was I saying? But love anyways. What are you saying here? And that is different. It's got to come from one direction, and then a woman can't love a man the way a man loves a woman.
So you have to understand the black pill, but you have to temper that with kindness and mercy, because it is the man's job to take care of women.
Mercy, kindness. People gotta miss that. Like, oh, be tough. It's like you're the head of the woman. You're gonna be prison ward. It's like love keeps people in line. You don't even gotta do anything. And it's like another thing too. Can we we're online, us internet bros here, we're online here, okay? We've seen the videos, we've seen the feminism stuff. We're sick of the ladies, we're sick of them, okay? And it's like equal lefts, equal rights, equal rights, equal lefts, you feel me? All that. But can we please bring back having a soft spot for sweet women? You know what I mean? Like, because the prevailing culture has made women into ego monsters. And so now there's some guys, and increasingly in the pickup world and even everyone is, well, okay, we're going to shut that down. We're shutting that down. Okay, that's enough. No more. But then we start being just as mean to the actual sweeties, the actual sweetie pies. There's sweetie pies out there, okay? I know women are evil and all that, but sometimes they're a little younger. They haven't gone through so much. They're not so haggy. They haven't had so many partners that they've just become like haggy. You know what I mean? And it's like, can we bring back having a soft spot for the sweetie pies? Like, if they're actually like they're just girls. They're just like going through life like a mess. Can we have some like mercy? You know what I'm saying? For the actual sweetie pies. These hoes out here, shake them and break them, like Tupac said. But you know what I mean? Like, we went too far the other way, and now we're like being mean to the sweetie pies when they're just like nerdy or like cute or just like, working at the family restaurant or working at the grocery store, just a little cutie. Don't need a soft spot, just love all. You know what I'm saying? Everything's fake. You're so right. You're so right, man. Everything is fake. And then you can actually kind of like lead, to all women, like in like a brother way, dad way, if I make sense here. I feel for these thoughts. What's up, CSS element?
That's how it goes. God, man, woman, child, dog.
Yo, he's talking about the order. He's talking about the order. Man over woman, woman over.
And mercy. You have to understand the black pill, but you have to temper that with...
Ooh, my bad. Were people trying to call in? The lines, I believe... What have I done? If people were calling, it was unmuted, so it should be loud and clear. Okay, sorry. If you want to call in, please feel free to do so. 760-515-3855. He's talking about the order, folks, to 7,000 people.
That's the Jordan Lee Peterson thing. So there's you have to
Let it freeze.
understand.
It froze. Hold on. We got a soft spot for traditional women. Exactly. Traditional women are sweetie pies.
Had a scam.
What the? No, not this one.
Oh, what the is evil?
What the?
That's
3
Jordan
more
Lee Peterson.
calls missed. There's something going wrong here. Something's wrong here. Something's wrong. Something's wrong, and we're back. Nice. Thank you for calling. Appreciate the patience. Hold on, I'll be right with you.
All philosophy.
Okay, so everything's working. I just had to make sure. I have a caller on the air. Your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Nick, it's Brian out of North Carolina.
Air Marshal Birdie Brown Brian on the air. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Hey, man, you were talking about Patrice O'Neal.
Yes.
And you were just talking about finding a sweetie. Can we just find a sweetie?
Can we have some mercy to the sweeties, to the actual sweet ladies?
Yeah, man, and you're so right when you talk about how, we get angry with the women and we start treating them wrong. Because you get black-pilled, I guess. You get black-pilled, so to speak. I went through that, man, and I realized that the key to getting that sweetie is you have to not want women.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the only reason you getting angry with them, because you get black-pilled and you see their faults and you see their flaws and you want them. And so you want to, do something about that. But if you not want them, most of them are going to fall to the wayside anyway, because they want that man that's wanting them, that's coming after them. But the sweeties are going to stick by you.
Let's go.
It's a natural thing, man. It's 100% a natural thing.
That's
and I remember when I arrived at, inside of myself, not wanting women anymore, but not being angry at them when I saw them, you really just most of them become non-existent in your life. It's got to be so few in the world.
Seriously. Yeah. And like really, really sweeties. And I mean, just generally too, because some of these, have you noticed, they're usually the ones that are not that into all the stuff. They don't get all the stuff. They don't get all the latest makeup. They don't get all the latest things. They're just a little plainer. They're just more chill. And we're treating them like we're treating the sluts, and being like, Satan is your daddy. Da, da, da. Like, it's the same for the sweetie pies, but we don't need to be breaking them like that.
Well, I mean, I don't think we should, I don't think you should stop calling a spade when it comes to women. And I think that's just another thing that minimizes the numbers, is the fact that, most women aren't going to want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
No matter how it's said, really.
Big time.
But Patrice, man, was like the beginning of me waking up, man, because I got black-pilled, like majorly. I got black-pilled. But then I started to see myself. I started to see how I was really acting out of anger. Everything I was doing, I was having my way, but I was wrong in what I was doing. And when I saw that, it was like I held on to everything that I knew, but I lost that driving. It was something that was driving me to act on it, if you will.
Absolutely.
And, man,
yeah, it's a darkness to it. Getting into all that. There's a violence to it. Like, sex is violence.
Oh, yeah, that was something you said in the beginning. You were talking about how to make babies, you kind of have to be in a dark place.
What I mean is, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're down in the dumps, you're in a bad place psychologically, It's just that even in ways that you can't even, in ways that, let's be real here, in ways that 99% of people who have married and children don't really consider, there is a
because if they knew, they wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if they really knew.
Right.
It's like there's a there is a darkness you are adopting, and there's no other way around it if you're gonna do the marriage and the kids thing.
You're totally blind while you're doing it. If you knew what you knew, then you wouldn't be doing it, and you're totally blind while you're doing it, which is being in the dark.
And it's like the only protection you have. And it's like for the vast majority of people, this is just how it is. This is just how it is. And it's like you could either be like this and get black pilled, and it's like, or you could just know the purpose, which is to have children, and let that, and not just that, but God be kind of like the guiding light. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but that's kind of like your only chance, your only hope. And that's why Jessie talks about overcoming the woman after having all the children. It's the same Jesus story, Adam and Eve story. It's like told through archetypes and through eons and different people, but it's the descending to hell that you must go to. Like, I don't know what, do you see what I'm trying to describe here a little bit?
No, that's like, I totally understand. And I feel like when people don't do that after the children have been born, that's some of the worst kind of situations.
Yeah. Interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
It gets like real bad. And it makes it harder it makes it harder for the children too.
So interesting. So it's like it's like the game is rigged. The game is rigged from the get-go. Like the whole romance love thing. But it's all, but that's not to say either though. There is still a godly purpose that remains because God made it simply. And so in that way it's almost like a secret you're not meant to know. You know what I mean? Until after.
I don't think so.
Sort of, for the vast majority.
I don't think so. I think that it's just most people won't know it.
Right.
And that's just naturally the people that do fall into it. Yeah, there is a way out, which is that godly purpose inside of doing that, right? Which is to have a family and so on and so forth. But I just think that that's just the way, like you said, the game is rigged, and those who know that you don't play the game.
Yeah, straight up. But those who know and want to play for children and for love and to bring for some kind of purpose, it's your responsibility, you see, to have no anger and not hate and want yourself. And she's like a child. She's like a child. Are you gonna get mad at a kid? And all that. That is something that you really once you know. And I think this is something that I've been able to do over time dealing with women. They really are like children, and you literally have to remember. You have to kind of look at them like they're little, like a child, so that you can remember that you wouldn't talk to a child like this, because that would be wrong, Right.
And
please.
It's a very delicate situation, but it's when you see it and you're able to watch it. It's something that is so delicate, you realize you don't even have to put your hands on it.
Wow, that's so well said. Yes, it's so delicate, and it's also like, I think that's what I mean too by the sweeties. It's like you recognize that delicacy and you're like being careful, but and the right thing at the right time. But also, that there's nothing you have to do. But also, it's not an infantilization. It's just the proper posturing of love of the relationship. It's like, from top to bottom, and it kind of puts you in the right mindset, because if you really saw it that way, you would never get mad, and you would deal with things perfectly. And the thing is, if you're cool, if you're just fine, she's fine, like chilling, laughing it up, yucking it up, life is amazing. It doesn't matter what's going on around us.
Yep.
It can even be tough financially, etc., but none of that matters.
It all starts with the man.
Bingo.
But this is the thing, man. You're not I'm 33 now, man. I know I'm never gonna be in a relationship again.
Oh yeah, I understand you
100%. I know that. Like I've come to that. I've had to deal with that. That was something that was tough for me. Was arriving at that. But
I'm making a lot of sense.
But
man.
Now it's not tough. I see after I went through it, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, this applies to the people once you're already in it. Then you need that way out.
Totally, man. And look, what's interesting about what you're saying is that I think this is what's missed. This is why this is not conducive to all the relationship podcasts and like how to be with a wife podcast and da 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 da. What we're talking about is like this is like the deepest truth, and you don't want to know this if you're not ready. You don't want to know this.
Shut all of those down.
But once you understand this, you're fine though. You're solid, and it's such a strange paradox because people outside would think, wait, aren't you Christian? Multiply. What happened to all that? But it's like such an interesting paradox. What we're talking about is strange because even in that reality, 99% of people are still going to have children as it's the way it's meant to be, da da da, and they'll still be the writhing and gnashing of man and writhing and making more children, da da da. That's just the way it goes. What we're talking about is like the end. You know what I mean? The end game. And this is why this is the true alpha position, being like a monk and all that. I know that it's like Andrew Tate or I got a husband and I got a wife and like 6 kids and blah blah. That's great. Look, you're building the country. You're building a nation. That's freaking awesome. Hey, I can't do because I teach, etc. All that applies as well. But you're still kind of a simp. Straight up. All husbands are simps to a degree. Man, the truest alpha, like all the way is to overcome her completely. And if you're married,
they know it too. They know it too. They just gotten good at I know guys, I got a friend who's like he's a top G kind of guy. Mm-hmm. You know? And he's got a wife and he's got kids. And when the dynamic of them together though, he's a total puppy. Yeah. he can't say no. Yeah. You know, and it's just like, wow, man, you walk around like that. Dang, I can't understand it. I mean I do understand it, but you know, I would not choose to, knowing what I know, I would not choose to do that.
Incredible stuff, man. I mean, this is like people are ready for this one.
No, they're not.
And these like tortured lover boys. This is my thing about the tortured lover boys thing. It's this very thing right here. It's that they're trying to make it seem like that's the alpha position. Oh, I'm actually like aware of what I'm doing here. I'm robbing all these women of their baby making years, which is a true statement. It's kind of an interesting statement, fair enough. But that's like the framework is still hers ultimately, but hey, you're not ready for that one yet, right? Not everybody has to do that just yet.
It's that ego. It's that ego, man. Lover, what'd you call it?
Tortured lover boys. I did like a little segment yesterday on like Drake.
Right, I remember it.
Yeah. And there's this vibe right now. They're making it really cool. And it's effective. I'm seeing it's actually kind of cool. Like it has a cool vibe to it, to be honest, in the music and in the way people react and the aesthetics. But it's simping, straight up. But it's not their fault. It's the like 99% simping, what all men go through.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they don't even know. They have no clue.
They don't even
it's
know.
Cool.
That's funny as heck. Well, yeah, that's what I call it. Patrice O'Neal, man, is a great thing
man.
to do.
Right on, sir. Thank you. Everybody watch Elephant in the Room, Patrice O'Neal. It's like
or if you got more time, I suggest you guys watch some of his appearances on the Opie and Anthony show, and he had his own show called oh man, it's slipping my mind. The Black Dr. Phil.
But yeah, he was also on the Green Room a couple times, but that was a strange show. The Green Room. You ever watched the Green Room?
No, I haven't heard of that.
This was an interesting comedy show. They did like a live kind of like, it was kind of like who did it? Who was the Green Room comedy show? Who was Paul Provenza? And he had like all sorts of legends like Saget, Roseanne Barr, Patrice O'Neal.
Oh, really?
They did like and I'm showing it now if you're watching, but they had like it was a Showtime show, and it was like a round discussion. Some of it like canned jokes, but which led into longer discussions. It was an interesting format. Sometimes an ish show, and it kind of fell apart, but sometimes pretty interesting.
Well, it's still on YouTube though. Yeah.
Yeah,
the Green Room.
Looking
at it.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah,
Nice,
I watch
man.
it on my phone. I gotta buy a laptop.
Get on it.
I know.
You don't want to imbibe into the Garden of Eden of Apple.
Heck no.
All right,
I'm
man.
cheap, man.
Well, have fun in the slums. I appreciate your call, Birdie Bound Brian.
Thank you. Take care.
Call me again. Air Marshal on board. Nice call. Super interesting stuff. Even Kevin Samuels was too much. He would get mad. Exactly. This is the kind of stuff. This is like either you monk it up right now or you do this as a grandpa. If you make it that far. Dun dun. This is the kind of thing you overcome with the grandchildren, with the little bambinos, and you tell them the truth, and you're like, if grandma, listen, when grandma comes to give you candy, what she's doing is she's trying to cook you up like that witch in the woods, Hansel and Gretel. Be afraid. Anybody notice a bunch of studio equipment went missing as soon as Hassan started his what the? Don't be saying that, Carver. Nice. Very cool. Let's watch some more of this Sam Hyde clip. Like I said, very based, very cool. And then I'm going to take a little break, we'll get the vibes going, make sure the plane's flying. And we got more content. We got more flight entertainment. Let's watch.
This fucking the very .blogspot.com.
So yeah, he was talking about the
This one
masculine
right here
principle.
will
I
get
already
you
told you
right.
about that.
Vitally important relationship. Otherwise, you're going to end up basically.
Oh yeah, and then he's talking about JLP. The
Stuff out
order.
of-
He's talking about the
For
order.
the MGTOW people.
He's showing love
This
to the
man's
MGTOW
love
people.
of
It's like an
God.
understanding
We
too.
don't know
You
what
got to have. Hey, what's up, Tomer? You
this
got to have
evil.
understanding, and to me, the fact that Sam Hyde has watched Jesse, internalized some of what he's saying, understanding the evil of women, but still wanting to love, and then here showing love to the MGTOW people, saying they're stupid, but understanding. This is love, folks. This is what love is.
Holiest man's love of God. You ever hear any shit like that?
No.
Something like that. You fucking. Are you Orthodox?
Okay, right here.
A man loves a woman. Oh, it's just not the same. And a woman can't, with some rare exceptions, probably with black women, honestly, because they sort of switch it around and make the man into the child. But a woman can't really love a man back the same way a man loves a woman, and that's just the thing. And it's also there's a quote by somebody that God's love for the greatest sinner, for the worst sinner, is greater than.
We need a double. We need a double for Court Green. Someone, please. Flight attendants, please. Hello.
Holiest man's love of God. You ever hear any shit like that?
No.
Something like that. You fucking. Are you Orthodox? I'm sure you'll know the quote that I'm talking about, but that holds true. That's the chain there. So as a man, it is your job to love a woman, and if you can't make that happen, it's because of you. So you cannot take this this dark triad black pill stuff so far that you shun women and become MGTOW. And I have sympathy for the MGTOW people. I think Sandman is one of the funniest YouTube personalities ever. Sandman here, Sandman MGTOW, and there's value in that content. But you, at some point in your life, you are going to have to love a woman and take care of her.
Not necessarily.
In a way.
But if you want to, you'll be better off understanding what you're getting into, because it's also in you. And the only way you're going to deal with it in her is by dealing it inside of you. If you're understanding that now and getting over anger now is the only way you're going to make it out of that. And your kids are going to have a chance.
That is sort of kind of selfless, and you just have to know, you have to be tuned in and know what the rules should
What's up, Gypsy Jib Jab?
be to make sure that they don't, step out of line.
Nice. That was clip one. Let's watch clip two. Another moment later in the stream, he brings up Jesse again, I think. Plays a clip, I believe.
We got Midwest Depressed with $20.
Norm woman's love is
Consciousness rising, folks.
What's
up, Toby?
If he happened to run into a beta male, to find him. And when you believe her, Satan is your daddy.
These guys are shaking their head.
But that's
Yep.
what the problem is, man. They hate you because you're a son of God.
They hate you because you're the son of God.
And Satan is your daddy.
Ooh.
And when you believe her, Satan is your daddy. Because you love her, you love Satan. You should only love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. What do you think about that, Victor? Then I ask you in a minute, Victoria, what do you think about?
I think it's still up on Rumble, Nathan. Last I checked, but it could be gone.
Satan is your daddy.
Satan is your daddy.
Statement.
Let's go.
Right on.
I know you thought it was going to be something else, huh?
No, I'm not surprised.
Shout out Black Victoria. Where's she at?
You said that was accurate. You said it was right?
Yeah, it's accurate. I
Because
agree
you
with
want
you.
what's right. And there are women, that's why women come to bar. They want to hear the truth. They know something is wrong, but they don't quite know what it is. And so anyone that seek God, He going to make a way for you to find Him. He's going to find you and bring
7,000 people. Let's go.
Great compassion.
JLP pilled.
There's a short where he's saying a woman's love is Satan.
I want to find this short for Sam Hyde. We need to find it for him. It's a short, and it's Jesse looking straight at the camera, and he's saying a woman's love comes from Satan. Oh, VLC just crapped out on me. VLC, the greatest video application of all time. Jeez.
You said it was right?
Yeah, it's accurate. I
Because
agree
you
with
want
you.
what's right. And
There's a short where he's saying a woman's love is Satan's love.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's nuts.
He's looking straight at the camera too.
Yeah.
We got.
Yeah, and there was a couple days ago. It was on his stream. They were showing mad love to Jesse. Oh no, sorry, it was on Perfect Guy Life. It's you got to be subscribed to watch Perfect Guy Life. But they were just showing mad love to Jesse. Also, Nick Rochefort, he's black just like me. He's talking about the Boondocks. He's talking about Kevin Samuels and the Black Woman and black movies and rappers and stuff. He's black like me. And then after he was talking about all that, he was like, man, I know too much about this culture. Nick stays banging on free products that he doesn't optimize. I know. What are you talking about? Talking about I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Everything is fake, but that is a true statement. I don't know what the particulars are here. We're in the cockpit right now. We're flying fine, I believe. Flying our flight plan here beautifully. Chemtrails are on. We can definitely speed up the plane a little bit here. Come on, let's live a little, huh? Come on, live a little. Speeding up the plane. Who says we can't? I don't see no police. I don't see no policia. We got a caller coming in.
Call from.
Caller, you're on the air. Your name and where are you calling from?
It's Kedrick from Dallas.
Kedrick, welcome, sir. How you doing?
Chilling.
Nice. Chilling. Killing.
Yeah, man. So with the whole thing with Sam Hyde and the order they were talking about, that was pretty cool. I was thinking about it. It kind of related to me like if God was like an ocean of love, and then it goes to the man, maybe he's like a lake, then a woman's a river, and the child's like a creek, and it's like it's all still love because there's water at every stage, but like obviously like a creek cannot hydrate a river, and a river can't hydrate a lake, and a lake can't hydrate the whole ocean. So there's like levels to it. Like it unfortunately is like a woman can't love a man the same way a man can love a woman, and even a man, we can't love God the same way He loves us. I mean, we fail all the time. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, in fact, I'd take it a step further. It's not me taking it a step further, but I'm putting this out there just to ponder. I may not even understand this fully myself, but when when Jesse says the woman has no love, it's like an understanding of the purpose of love, and it's not about feelings. It's not about we feel safe and happy. No, it's simply a guiding force, and one guides the other, not the other way around. It's like, you know what I mean? I can't put it in simpler terms.
Well, if the lake dries up,
but these are the simplest words we could use, I think.
Well, if the rivers only come from the lake,
bingo,
and the lake dries up, then the woman has no love. All the love they get in the first place is from the lake.
Bingo.
And all the water that the lake gets is from the ocean. You know what I mean? So it's like, which is God, but it's more infinite than even an ocean.
We gotta pay attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see, like, I'll see people. like smart people. I'm trying to think of a good example, but I'll see some of the smartest people just fall into anger and thoughts. And I'm like, dang, this can happen to anyone, man. I'm just like, it was something recently too. I'm trying to bring up the example. It's like, you really got to pay attention to yourself because it can happen to anyone. Like you could be, you know what I'm trying to say here?
Oh no,
We're talking about
it
the
happens to
love.
me
We're
too.
talking about love here. And it's like,
I'll find things.
we got to understand
I'll
it. We got to
saying
really discover what that means.
it's real easy to fall into also with like not watching yourself, saying that the reason that you feel some way or the problems are happening is because of something outside of you, because you're not looking at yourself, but instead you're just watching everything else that's going on outside of you, you know.
Bingo.
Right, it was like
man. How if I know that I mean, if I may, because I know you're married, man, so it might
yeah.
If you got any, I know I've already asked you this before, but since we're talking about it,
yeah, I try not to talk about I'll talk about it like to an extent, but I try not. No, it's all good. Yeah, I mean that kind of thing happens all the time, where it's like being frustrated or whatever. But it's like I try when dealing with other people, whoever it may be, you know, is to kind of come at it with some patience and love. It's easier said than done. I mean, I think I still fall into anger at times, which is not good. But yeah, you know, like I know better. And then the thing is, I catch it. I see myself do. Sometimes not always like when it's happening. It may not be till after, and that's the part that sucks.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can only tell you. I can only repeat to you wise words I once heard. Stick with it. Stick with it. Stick with it. I truly believe it.
Yeah, right.
No, but it's true, man. I was just talking to someone who was going through something at work, and they were getting all this. They were getting all these like emotions and thoughts about their coworkers, and I was there. I was like, I was literally where this guy was, like a while ago. So I know it's true, at least for that particular situation. I'm not married, but.
Yeah. No, I was going to ask you, did you hear the part on that same Sam Hyde stream where he was talking about feelings? And he was saying, like, any man who ever talks about his feelings is gay.
Let's go.
and I was like, dude, because I thought about it. Like, speaking of my wife, like, I was joking about that. I told her, I was like, have I ever came home from work and been like, so, you know, somebody said this to me, and it made me feel so sad. And then it's like, what man talks about their feelings? And she tried to tell me, she was like, you can talk to me about your feelings. I was like, no, it's not. Yeah.
That's that move they do.
I told her, I was like, it's not that I'm purposely hiding my feelings from you. Like, I'm not trying to like hide anything. It's just like, it's just not in my nature. Like, it doesn't even sound right coming like it. I couldn't talk about them even if I wanted to.
I know what you mean, especially now. Yeah, man, and that's cool that you asked her that too, because it's like, she should be a help in that way. It's like, hey, I'm not gonna get mad about it. Just tell me, have you seen anything like that? Like in the same way you could see it in her, and very cool. But
I mean, do you talk about your feelings to people ever?
No,
I mean, all feelings and thoughts are lies.
No, I try and avoid that. I mean, if I do, there has to be a purpose, like to describe how to get over it, or it's because I'm not paying attention. I'm not aware.
Yeah. The bad thing I would say is like the only. Oh, this don't sound horrible. I don't usually get feelings about anything, but most times if I do get a feeling about anything, it's usually anger, bro.
I know what you mean, man.
Like straight up.
Yeah, straight up. Like, yeah, like nothing. Like I can't really. I'm the same, but with little things and the people closest to me. That's just how it is. Not big things. I don't care. You can say horrible things. It could be a war going on. Like that's. I don't panic. Like none of that happens anymore.
What about the N word?
Huh? The N word? Nah, that doesn't bother me at all. Or the A word, anchor baby. We call him.
Oh, I was like, what's the A word?
Nice, man. Hey, Kendrick, a pleasure as always, man. Anything else you want to say before we move the wheels?
No, I gotta keep the wheels rolling, bro.
Thank you, sir. Call me again. Very cool. Very cool. Amazing, man. This is like what I'm talking about. This is the love stream right now. Everybody, you guys get it. You guys get it. So cool. All right, folks, we'll get the vibes going here. We're gonna take a little break. I gotta go to the bathroom, make sure the AC is going. I got your anchor baby captain's got sweaty pits. What the? Sorry, you didn't hear that. I'll be right back.
financial situation.
Now I was raised in a sandbox next to you and her. You was holding a handgun. She was giving birth to a baby boy to be just like you. I wonder what's that's worth. I wonder if you ever knew you was a role model to me first. The next day I woke up in the morning, seen you on the news. Looked in the mirror and realized that I had something to prove. You told me, don't be like me, just finish watching cartoons. Which is funny now, cause all I see is Wile E. Coyotes in the room. And I run it. And I run it. And I run it. And I run it. That's ironic. I run it. That's ironic. I run it.
Shout all of my wounds, hear my tears, all of my tunes. Let my life loose in this groove, just for you, motherfucker. Hope y'all amused.
And I run it. And I run it. And I run it. That's ironic.
In my financial situation.
More deliberations to begin later.
Look, popular pie plan pictured here.
Wile E. Coyote, Wile E.
Before we get into today's update, we read through the comments.
We got a YouTube update. We got an update straight from YouTube. Hold on, guys. There's been an update to a policy to adult content. I just received an email from YouTube. There's been an update to their policy on adult content. Hold on.
Hi, creators.
What's going on here?
Before we get into today's update, we read through the comments on our previous policy update video. for controversial issues. Some creators called out to us that they'd like localized captions. Those are live now on this video. So if you'd like to see those, select your desired language now.
Okay.
Today,
I don't care
we're
about that.
updating our advertiser-friendly content guidelines regarding adult content, specifically as they relate to content that includes nudity while breastfeeding and content which focuses on non-sexually graphic dancing. Let's start with breastfeeding. Today's update will allow creators to earn more ad revenue on breastfeeding content, where a
Breastfeeding
child
content?
is present in the video, even if the areola is visible.
What?
Where a child is present in the video, even if the areola is visible.
Even if the areola is visible, areola alert, areola alert. Folks, boys, this is a new YouTube. This is a new YouTube, areola alert. It's a brand new YouTube.
Previously, this was only monetizable where the areola was not visible. We will continue to restrict ad revenue on breastfeeding.
No child areolas can be visible, though. They're making he's not saying it, but they're making it clear in the infographic. No child areolas can be visible, though. Only what's up, Troy? So, areolas on YouTube, but no child areolas. I was just informed by YouTube on this.
Where a child is present in the video, even if the areola is visible.
Uh-oh.
Previously, this was
You heard
only
the man, Nick. Get him
monetizable
out.
where the areola was not visible. We will
You can
continue
show
to
tatas
restrict
on
ad
YouTube
revenue
as long as there's a kid around to watch, says CSS Element. Is that what I'm supposed to understand here?
on breastfeeding content where a child is not present. Now,
so do I search breastfeeding content now?
On the slightly different topic of non-sexually
Think loud.
dancing, we are removing
So only non-sexually graphic dancing. Okay.
restrictions on content that focuses on dance moves which involve grinding or twerking.
So grinding is okay.
This
Grinding
content
and
can now
twerking is
earn
okay.
ad
As you can see, they have the green check
We will
mark.
still restrict
As you can see,
monetization on.
As you can see, they made it quite clear. Grinding and twerking is, however, allowed. Make sure you remember that, folks. Make sure you make a note. There is a green check mark next to grinding, twerking, and areolas. Welcome to YouTube.
Content can now earn ad revenue. We will still restrict monetization on dance videos with deliberate,
Yeah, what if someone identifies as a child? Good point, Point Fire.
recurring shots.
Deliberate and recurring breasts, butt, and genitalia. You gotta be careful. Unless you have a child present. Make sure you have a child present. Otherwise, all these breasts, butts, and genitalias, I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. Where's the children? Where are the children? I thought I made it clear you have to have a child. I'm pretending to be YouTube. Why are there so much nudity and no children? You know the rules.
On breast, butt, or genitalia, extreme minimal clothing.
Extreme minimal clothing? You mean like you mean slut uniforms.
And sensual moves that mimic sexual acts. Including caressing a dance partner's genitalia in a dance.
That can't be done.
All content will still have to abide by YouTube's community guidelines, and for monetization purposes,
that's good.
Advertiser friendly.
Oh, well, that makes me feel a lot safer. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, don't worry, folks. The nudity that your children, that is only allowed on YouTube when there's children about, well, don't worry. It's all tempered by YouTube's community guidelines. You're in good hands. Your children are in good hands.
Guidelines. Let us know if you've any questions in the comments below.
Yeah, I have a question. What should I ask them? If I have a whole school of Haitian children, how naked can the strippers get? You think that's a good question, folks? If I have a whole school of Haitian children, if I have a whole school of hungry black Haitian children, you think I should say that? How naked can the strippers get, and will I get demonetized? I think that's a fine question. I'm posting that one. Yeah, I think that's a good question. Why are you blocking Mayna? Don't block him. Don't block her. Him? Her? That comment goes directly to the feds. LOL. RIP. Why? I'm just asking a question. I don't have a. I'm just. Should I edit it, Carver? Make it pithy. Piffy, as James would say. Now your count is flagged. What did I say? I didn't even say anything crazy. I said, if I have a whole school, when I say I have a whole school of hungry Black Haitian children, obviously I have them because I'm helping them. And I'm making YouTube videos because I'm Mr. Beast. Because I'm like Mr. Beast making wells in Africa. What all of a sudden, because it's an anchor baby doing it, I get flagged by the FBI? All of a sudden, because I say man over woman, woman over children, I get censored? JLP gets censored? I'm just asking questions here, okay? They're talking about areolas and children. I'm talking about anger and love. What's going on here? Hello? Hello? I'm obviously helping them. I'm like Mr. Beast. I don't understand how that's not clear to y'all. This is ridiculous. I had a caller, my bad. You can call me back, 760-515-3855. I got the calls unmuted now. We will hear you. Hello? What a mess. Let me make sure I've welcomed Carver. I know Carver is sitting in his first class seat, right? Nick got a soft spot for Sweetie Pie Candace. I wish I could do a Reese Witherspoon. Sweetie Pie. Oh, man. Sweetie Pie. That would be perfect. If I could do a Reese Witherspoon, I could do my Sweetie Pie segment in his voice.
I brought peach cobbler.
Sweetie pie.
Ew, Miss Dubois. Your peach cobbler
You
look
know
like...
who Reese Witherspoon is, right? Am I talking about the right guy? Reese Witherspoon. What the hell am I? Not Reese Witherspoon. John Witherspoon. Joel laughing behind me. I meant John Witherspoon, folks. Jeez. Reese Witherspoon is a lady. A white lady. I'm talking about this guy. You know. Pops. Sweetie pie.
Throw up.
Boy!
It do, look. It look like throw up
Reese
with
Witherspoon's
peas
a female, bruh.
in it. Miss Dubois, you been eating peas.
What? Come here. What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with her? She the one who brought...
Come on, say Sweetie Pie. Whatever.
Damn it, boys!
Let's not get banned. Let's not get the stream blocked for watching Boondocks. Yeah, Joel's in the office. He's doing some editing. He's about to go home, I think. Or he's still working. Late Friday night in the office. Working. While we're flying. Lol, Reese Witherspoon, mildly attractive. Some people say she's doesn't look like a real white lady. I forget where I saw that. But, I mean, it looks white to me. Okay, definitely not talk about her. I need to do a John Witherspoon. That'd be difficult. His son does an amazing impression. R.I.P.
Friends who are comics, like, I don't usually bring up.
I was in line.
What you doing today? You got work.
That's so good.
Well, here I only know it because this is how he talks to me all the time. He'll always be like, JD, what you doing today? You got work. You gotta go sit back and talk to all them people. Yeah.
I can't do that.
Go sit back and talk.
Nah, I can't do that. I gotta practice. This is impossible. Not on air.
What's
up, Daddy? What's up, Dank Daddy?
Yeah.
I ain't never.
He does all the noises. You know, like you'd be perfect for ASMR. We should just make that type of stuff.
Yeah,
like him.
It's a son that loves his dad. It's nice, super cool. You can only do an awesome impression like that if you love him. I think, or at least you don't hate him. It's a theory I heard. What's going on with the news? What was I gonna do next? I was a little lost. Someone was trying to call me. 760-515-3855. What's going on in the world? I mean, what's going on? Elon Musk. Okay, GOP. I'm sick of that. The debates. Vivek Ramaswamy going after Ronna McDaniel, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson. We hashed that out already. You know where I stand. What's going on? What's Revolver saying right now? Skibbity. What are you guys talking about? Skibbity what? Yep, John Witherspoon, R.I.P. But I was going to show you something. They're saying Trump is the biggest threat. Oh, yeah. There was this guy. There's a rapper named Young Thug. Is he still going through legal issues? Is he still going to court? Prosecutors in Young Thug have 737 witnesses listed for trial. This is a big rapper, at least was, facing huge charges, basically. We're talking RICO charges. The same RICO charges they're, I think, trying to do on Trump, maybe? Something like that. Is Trump getting hit with the RICO? Everybody knows the coolest people get hit with RICO. But there was this lawyer.
Karen Williams.
Oh, we got Karen. Hold on. We'll get right to you, Karen. Hold on. But there's this lawyer who was representing the state against Young Thug, and I don't know the details of the case. But this black lawyer here represents the state. Man, this clip is so interesting because it's like, yeah, it's like, okay, law and politics, but actually, it's like she is the avatar of the state. This black woman lawyer is actually the avatar of the state. We're going to get into it. But I got Karen Williams with us. Thank you for calling, Karen. You're on the air.
Avatar, for real, avatar.
Yeah. What's up, Karen? How you doing?
Hi. How you doing? Avatar, really?
Yeah. The avatar, what does
avatar mean?
Like the let's call it crystallization of something, like the representation of something, the manifestation of a concept or being, the avatar of the, like, for example, the avatar of Horus is like a dog. Is in Egyptian stuff is like a dog being or whatever. It sounds funny, but it's true.
Females are dogs? I don't know.
I didn't say that. They can't act like one.
How you doing?
Like dogs?
Thank you for taking my call.
No problem.
How you
Carrie.
doing?
All is well. Chilling on Friday. Flying our Nick stream here. Kicking back, relaxing. No complaints.
Nick.
How about yourself?
I'm not doing good because.
What do you mean?
I can't tune into JLP and hate like I started out doing.
Yeah.
And this job that I'm doing is.
Oh, you're busy.
Interrupting. It's interrupting. It's an interruption.
So you find yourself busy. You got a new job?
No, it's the same job I've had. I ended up with this job after I started listening to Jesse.
Oh, nice.
And Hake and you and Joel and
nice. Thank you, Karen.
You know,
you don't have to tell us, by the way. By the way, this is a personal stuff.
No, I don't have to tell you. I know. Okay, but I work for the city of New York.
Hey, let's go. Nice.
Yeah, and I
make
won't
sure you stack
do
it up.
Anything else? But yeah, and I appreciate the job. It's good.
Make sure you stack it up.
Helping people.
And yeah, you set yourself up. Nice.
Yes. If I had a husband, I wouldn't work.
Understandable. We know Karen loves the order, man over woman, woman over children.
Exactly.
Very cool.
It will never change. It will never change. That's what it is, because that's what heaven says it is. And believe it or not, I want to mention this part. I should have mentioned other times I've called. The one that people point out to say, that's Satan, that's Lucifer, that's the devil. If I'd never said this before, doesn't exist. The devil, the Lucifer, the Satan, he doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is evil and good in your heart. You are either evil, good in your heart. I heard the caller earlier about man and woman and everything. If I could say this,
please, by all means, speak freely.
I cannot understand. I see women, beautiful women. I just don't understand what's going on with their minds. They're with a man in public, and they don't even know how to be a woman in public with that man. What I tend to go through is these women with these. I see these men, and I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had one. You know what I'm saying? I need the other half. I need what the fuck It's excuse me. I'm sorry, Lord.
The sun's down. It's Friday.
I'm sorry. Excuse
sun's
me.
down. It's
But
Friday.
I am a woman. If
Yeah,
I
what
didn't
happened?
have to work and
have
to
some
take
lady
care of
manners.
myself,
Let's go. Come on, Karen.
if I didn't have to do all that, I would not do it. If I had a husband, that's it. That's it. Actually. I bow down. I am your wife. Tell me what to do. If you can't tell me what to do, you can't command me. You can't. I don't have any reason to obey you. This is all for nothing. I need you to be a man.
Such an interesting call.
Yeah, I've listened to the calls. I've listened. And I'm on 100% on the men's side. I'm 100% on the men's side.
Right on. Nice, Karen. You know what?
But you gotta understand. You gotta know what a man is. If you're a man, I can't tell you what a man is. I can't show you what a man is. Can't teach you what to be about being a man. That's all in you. But you gotta. That's the point. I think a lot of people are missing. I can't teach you how to be a man. I can't raise my son to be a man. A man has to show him how to be a man. He has to grow into being the man he is put on this earth to be. I cannot interfere with that at all. Now, it doesn't matter if it's coming from heaven or hell.
So true. Very interesting. Karen, can I tell you why this call is so interesting?
Right.
Let me ask you a question first. Why do you want... You said you want a man because you need the other half. Why do you know, and what makes you say that you need the other half? Can you expand on that?
Let me take the word man out.
Mm-hmm.
I need, and I am supposed to have a husband.
What makes you say that? Like, how
I'm
do you know
not supposed to fend for myself.
Okay.
You hear all of this political talk about equality, equity, and all correct. This crap, how a woman can be compatible and compared and in competition with a man. I would never put myself in that position. I want a man to be a man, and I want to be a woman. I accept the fact. I accept heaven's order that I shall be under that man's obedience. I should be under that man's protection. I should be under that man's care.
So this is how you're supposed.
I wouldn't challenge him to anything.
This is where you're supposed to be.
No, with a man.
But that's where you're right. With a man and your other half. That's where you're supposed to be, right?
I'm supposed to be a wife.
Why do you say that? That's where you're supposed to be, though.
I am.
How do you know that?
Okay, don't contradict anything, because if Adam and Eve's story means anything to you, and you calling me a rib and all of that. So if I'm a rib and all of that, and I'm supposed to follow the heavens law of the order, then I obey that.
Fair enough.
I obey that. That's my man. That my man takes care of me, and whatever I'm supposed to be and do as a woman, I'm going to be and do as a woman, as a mom, as a bearer to his seed.
But let's say that doesn't happen, though.
And it only doesn't happen because a man doesn't step up to be that man.
Really?
And
so the only reason you haven't been married and gotten your other half is because a man hasn't stepped up?
The only reason I haven't been married is because I can't find not even find. I'm going to take that find back. The only reason why I'm not a wife and that kind of woman that I wish to be is because I never had a man to take me. I had never had a man to claim me. I never had a man to say, yo, you is it, that's it. And I should have had that since the age of 18, maybe even 15 years old. That's why I'm not married. If that man would have came along and claimed me, you got to claim what's yours.
But how come no man ever did that, though?
I don't know. It's my life situation. I can't give that too much information out about my life.
That's true.
Don't
put out too much information.
Don't want to.
You did mention. I don't want to repeat this but you did already say this. Sorry for putting out your info. Don't put out any more. But you did already say this. You had a son, and so we don't need to get into it.
I have a daughter too.
A daughter there too. And so I
They
understand.
great. They all
It
right.
sounds like you already went through something.
Exactly.
So no
Don't
need to
we
get into
all?
it. But this brings me
Don't
back to
we
my point here.
all go through something? Don't we all go through something? And we supposed to
So
go
true.
through something. And you supposed to move forward in life. And you supposed to multiply.
But hold on.
And if you
But
don't
hold on, you already
multiply,
did that,
don't
Karen.
want to multiply, can't multiply, no
But
matter
let me
what
get in.
the
Let me jump in, Karen.
circumstances
Let me jump
ends
in.
up to be,
Let me jump in there, Karen.
then you're nothing in life.
Karen, hold on. Let me jump in there. Karen.
You're
But you already
nothing in
did that.
life. You will never
Karen,
know
can you hear me?
true love. You will
Hey,
never know heavenly love.
Karen,
It's funny. Hold on. It's funny. Funny how a lot of people, men and females.
All right, I got Karen muted. I don't know if she could hear me. Karen, can you hear me? I got you muted. Nobody can hear you right now. Hey, Karen, are you there?
Because y'all want to listen because you want to argue.
No, I don't want to argue. I'm not trying to argue with you. This is a really good call. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm not arguing with you at all. At all. Follow me here, okay? Just
Okay.
follow me here. This is really interesting.
I'm with you. I'm with
Thank
you.
you for
the
that,
man.
by the way. Thank you for that, Karen. So, it sounds like you already did that. It sounds like you already
Did
tried
what?
that. You said you
Tried
need,
what?
You said I need another half. I need another half. I need a man. I need the man to complete
Never
me.
tried it, Nick. Don't make assumptions.
Well, let me
Never
finish. Let me
tried it.
finish, and then you can correct me. Because what you're saying is true, Karen. The order, man over woman or children, and I think everybody here who's watching can appreciate a lady, a nice lady, Karen Williams here, expressing that support and understanding, right? So thank you for that. But there's another side to things here. Because there are things, there are the way things are and the way things should be, right? And although, yes, it's supposed to, the way it's supposed to be is the man leads the woman and all this, that story doesn't necessarily always play out like that. And we know, and we know that you already attempted that. You already attempted to find this other half.
You're making assumptions.
Well,
are
you still married?
I've never been married. Never tried to ever be married.
This is not a personal
so you
attack,
cannot
Karen.
make assumptions.
No, but this
I don't pick a man. I don't choose a man. I don't claim a man.
But this is not a personal attack.
A man
Karen.
claims me. A man marries me. I
Right.
don't marry
And there's a reason why
man.
they never did that. Listen, there's two sides to the story.
Why?
I'm trying to explain.
Tell
to
me,
you.
because you know me. Go
Well,
ahead.
I don't know. I'm not saying, but I do know that. No
So
man
you're
ever
going to
claimed
tell
it.
me why I'm not married? You
I
cannot
don't know
do
exactly
that,
why, but I
Nicholas.
can tell you what you've already told me, which is that no man
Exactly.
ever claimed you. And that's
No
and you,
man. Listen, calm down.
No,
I've
calm.
been offered.
No, Karen.
I've been claimed.
We're calm here.
And
It's
they've
kinda
been
you who has to calm
rejected.
down
So
here. Hold on,
there's a
Karen.
lot you don't know. So you can't make assumptions
It's
and
not
go
an
off
assumption, Karen. We're having
other
a
types
conversation.
of point that it's not going to make any meaning to.
No, it's nothing like that, Karen. Don't. It's not an assumption, and it's not a personal attack. But let's consider
It
something
is
here for a second.
assumption.
No, because you said no. You said they never claimed
No,
you.
you
No one ever manned
assuming
up.
you know.
No,
the
you said that.
fact
I didn't
to
assume
why
that.
I'm
You
not
said that. You said that.
married.
You said that, Karen. You said
You're
that no one ever claimed
assuming
you.
the fact. You know the fact that I'm not married.
Right, you told us that.
You're
I'm just using information
assuming
you
that.
told us.
No, I told you what I told you.
Right, and you told
I
us
told
that
you
no
what I
man
told you. I
claimed
didn't tell you why I'm not married.
Karen, just
But
hold
you
on.
you automatically assume as a man.
All right, she's not even listening, folks. She thinks I'm trying to argue, and we're totally just trying to have a conversation. I don't know. She may have had a little henny. She may be off the henny, and we love Karen. We love Karen. It's no problem here. It's nothing personal. I have no problem with Karen. She can call my show whenever she wants. I have you muted right now, Karen. She thinks we're arguing, but we're not arguing. she went into a different thing. I'm not trying to argue with her. She hung up. I'm trying to just express something here. I really, really liked Karen's call. I really liked it because it was a chance to demonstrate something very interesting here. Because what she's saying is absolutely correct. The man and the woman and the order, it has to be there. That being said, you, Karen, you don't need that. That's the whole point of this show. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all, that you can get to the same place by yourself. You already went through I don't know what it was, a marriage, baby daddy, I don't know what it was. I'm only using the information you gave me, Karen, so I'm not going to sit here and assume. But there was a man in your life, and he impregnated you, and you had children, and now he's not there. So this is an opportunity for you to overcome this, Karen. Don't you see? God's trying to lead you out of all this mess. Why do you want to do it all over again with another man? You don't need that. Women, do you see what I'm saying here? The love is the same for you. No one should need someone. Good point, Steve Strock. The only point of a marriage, the only reason you need a man is because in the marriage you're having children, and then you're playing the whole gambit. You're playing the whole fallen state gambit, but you're doing it with a purpose to make children and create love. It doesn't always turn out that way. But you see what I'm saying here, Karen? The point here is you don't need a man anymore. You don't need to go to another man who's just messed up anyways. He's got the same issues. How do you know that man is... You see what I'm saying? You can go to God straight to him by yourself. You already went through the man thing. You don't need no man. You a strong black woman. No, Carver. She needs a man to put her in her place, like right now, because she thinks she's tripping, thinking that we're fighting. We're not fighting. We're trying to show her love. Because Karen went straight into blaming. She's like, "Oh, no man ever manned up. No one ever manned up." Well, it looks like someone tried. Someone tried. It seems like someone attempted. Can we have a little bit of reflection here and know that we bring about everything in our own lives? So it's not a judgment, Karen. It's a chance to overcome. It's a chance to get over all this. You don't need me because you're saying you love us, and thank you for that, Karen. You love Bond. You love the boys, and we're a good example. That's fine. That's totally fine. And all men are the head of all women. Men are the head of all women. But in this particular individual situation, you can go to God yourself. And that's beautiful. And I just wanted to demonstrate that. Yeah, no problem, Karen. Hey, I got a caller. You're on the air. Your name and where are you calling from?
What up, Nick? It's Scott in Arizona.
Scott, Arizona. What's up, sir? How you been?
I've been well, man. How
Nice.
about you? How you been?
Oh, man, no complaints. Flying beautifully here. All is well.
Beautiful. So I wanted to bring up an idea on earlier. You and the caller were talking about how you don't need to take care of a woman.
Say again. Say again.
You and the caller earlier were talking about how like you don't need to take care of a woman. Like once you get over women, like the need for women.
Yeah, you might not even
You
want
know?
to get into that mess.
But there's a
Other than like for wanting
guess-
kids.
Yeah, but to play devil's advocate and almost defend Karen's perspective in a way.
Yeah, please.
It's not your job as a man to take care of one woman. It's the job of all men to take care of all women.
Yeah.
The order of God is certainly true in the family, but it's true in the world, right? It's God over Christ, Christ over man, meaning the world, and then the men that are the light of the world over the women of the world, over the children of the world.
Yeah, man. I mean, 100%.
So you can never
we let them down. Like men have
Yeah.
let them down. 100%.
Yeah, and we can never truly let go of the idea that it's our responsibility to lead women, all women, right? Like what you were doing was leading Karen or attempting to, right?
Yes. I know what you mean. I'm
And
not
so-
trying to get an ego out
yeah.
of that. Yeah, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
100%.
really-
In that
yeah.
sense, I cannot deny, and I don't want to counter. I don't want to. Thank you for making that clear because that's an important point. It's not about, that 100%. The order remains. You know, the responsibility of the man remains, despite even if you, I don't know, like let's say you go monk mode, you really overcome it all, and you don't get married. That doesn't mean you don't lead, and you're not an example. You're not pure love.
Exactly. Right.
At all times
Exactly.
to all women.
And not that you guys were saying that, but just to bring that up. 'cause
No,
that's
it's a great
important.
point, man, and it has to be said. This is another facet, another aspect of this thing we're trying to discover, man. Manhood, the real thing, love.
Right.
So cool.
And it's all about knowing yourself, right? Because the only way you can identify evil in the world is by seeing it within you and what's driving it, like its motivating factor. Like, what did Jesse say? What you want? Like, we all want something from other people. Like, until you can identify that want in the evil that's in you, like your struggles with the devil.
Yes.
Until you can identify that, you can't see it in other people.
Can you repeat that?
until you identify it in yourself, you cannot see it in other people.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. You can't even deal with it.
Right. And that's why there's all these Christians that like go to church and then like vote Democrat.
Yeah. What kind of Christian is that? What the? Yeah.
So funny.
Man, thank you for that, Scott. So true. It's crazy out here. And the ladies, you know, we show them love, right? We got to show them love.
You got to show them love. There's nothing else to do.
So true. What's Arizona like right now? We're chilling.
Arizona's pretty beautiful right now. I mean, it was like 80 today was the high, and then it's like 65, 66 out.
Man, I do not envy you. I mean, now it's cooler, but when it gets hot.
Yeah. It is brutal when it's hot. I hate it. Born and raised here, and it's the worst.
So what were you saying? I might have missed it. Were you saying I was being mean to her?
No, not at all.
Oh,
I don't think you were mean to her at all. She was having emotions. She was, Well, I thought it was funny that she was saying the devil isn't real.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to comment on that.
Yeah,
I've heard
it was
that
real
before.
interesting.
What do you think about that?
She was saying the devil isn't real, and it's all the evil and the good that's in your heart. It's an interesting perspective.
Definitely some food for thought. Because
I think it's ultimately it's identifying, though.
Right. It's like, what you can argue on spiritual reality. No, he's a spirit and he's really there and he's in the seventh hell. He's in the seventh level and you know what I mean? And you could, I guess, argue that. But essentially, to us, to a man, Satan's in the mind.
Yeah.
And in the heart.
Yeah, and it's the identification with the self. Like, there's no such thing as your heart,
Mm-hmm. Yo, I didn't ever consider that.
Yeah, because it's not your heart. It's and it's a heart. And my perspective is always that this world was created to give the devil a place to play God, and then he tricked us into coming into it. And it's essentially everything here is crafted by Satan, right? I think that's what the scriptures mean. Why?
Yeah.
Because when he rebelled, God created a prison for him. And the prison was a place where he could play God, but everything here is limited.
So this is like
he can never get what he wants.
Like the prison planet in Dragon Ball?
Yeah, I mean it's just an imagination of a perspective, right?
Yeah. Interesting.
But ultimately, like, Satan is the god of this place. I think that's made clear.
Yeah, the Bible says something like that. Is that true?
Yeah, it says it a couple of times.
Satan. That's so strange. Just kind of thinking about it now, I don't know if I've ever really even thought about this. Like, why is it like that? Why do you do it like that? How
you know what's
Satan...
interesting is I've been studying a bunch of silly science, like flat Earth versus globe stuff. It's really fun. It's so fun.
Wait, what were you doing?
Ultimately, who knows? I don't know any of it. It's ultimately unknowable in my perspective.
Some debate stuff about flat versus globe Earth?
Yeah.
Man, if you got any good names, I want to bring a couple of them on and have a debate.
Yeah.
Like on JLP or JLP expressed interest on that.
Man. This is the best dude. Witsit gets it.
Witsit.
Oh, pull him up right now. He's doing a live right now.
Witsit. Yeah. I got to check him out. I know who you're talking about.
Bro, he did
JLP.
He did a debate. The way I found him is actually when Hake was debating on Modern Day Debates a couple weeks ago. I was watching it, and they did a promo. They're like, "Oh, we got DebateCon coming up, and Witsit Gets It, who exclusively debates Flat Earth, is going to be debating creationism versus atheism." And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." So I listened, and he pretty much broke down the logical perspective on like why atheism has no logical basis.
Very cool.
And it's pretty cool.
So that's your suggestion. Okay, and if you have any like globe people too, because JLP expressed interest having on some debates, some mess.
Globe. Well, there's so many globe people, but
someone who's maybe
like,
experienced
most of them
against
are rude.
The flat earthers too a little bit.
Say that again, please.
As someone who has some experience too against the flat earthers, not necessarily, but if they have experience, that'd be better.
Yeah, there's. I don't. I mean, I could look some people up and send it to you.
Yeah,
or
that'd be
something. I
awesome,
don't know
bro.
off the top of my head.
Please do.
But one thing that I thought was really interesting, and it's not really an argument for either side, but it's just a random fact that I got out of listening to some of these debates recently, is that the universe itself is like a flat disc shape, meaning like there seems to be like a top and a bottom to it that we can't see beyond. And so it's interesting. It's almost like I don't know how to explain it. Like,
I don't even know what.
you know,
to
the Big
think.
Bang Theory.
What theory?
The Big Bang Theory, how
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
was in
yeah.
like one little point and all exploded. Well, it's almost like instead of it just exploding in every direction, it was like a spark that was hit with a hammer, and the pieces of it shot out in to the sides.
I mean, is the theory of this really is the whole theory really just connected to because we have evidence that the universe is expanding, so we just think, well, it must have been all in one point at one time?
The Big Bang is okay. So the reason it exists is because relativity makes it so that the way objects move when we try and observe them, there's something they call a redshift. And the redshift is like the difference in where we thought they would be and where they are. And they're like, well, how do we explain this? Because they should be where our model tells us they are, but they're not. And they're like, oh, the reason is the universe is actually constantly expanding.
Gotcha.
And that's why there's a redshift, because we didn't know that before.
That's interesting.
And so that's,
I like when Hake
yeah.
says, I like when Hake reacts to like space stuff. It says like, how can you not believe in God? This is awesome.
Yeah, he probably grew up with the science of God.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that
No,
stuff?
what's that?
And they use a lot of space. Oh, it's
Science
the
of
idea
God.
that like science actually proves God, and they use a lot of space
I see
talk.
stuff like this. That kind of
Because
makes
they're
some sense to me
basically
though,
like,
sometimes.
yeah. Well, basically, one of the things they say is, out of all this space that exists, this endless, infinite thing, we've searched as far as we can, and this is the only place we've ever found life. So that's like a suggestion that life was put here by a God versus.
Yo, on
other
that, I have an
places.
interesting thing. Do you know what terminal lucidity is? In the medical world, they
Terminal?
call
No.
it rallying, and it happens to people who are close to death.
Oh,
Usually sick
okay.
people.
Yeah.
And when sick people in hospice care, at their end of life care, etc., this happens to people who are basically at their last moments. They call it rallying or terminal lucidity. And this dying person who's sick, can't get out of bed, can't eat, is suddenly healthy, like healthy. And I'm talking about like metrically too. Like the doctors will like measure certain things, and it's like the sickness is gone. They wake up, they get up, they eat, and then they die soon after. But it's a very interesting thing, unexplained thing in medicine. I may be reading into it, but it's like you get healed right before you die. You know what I mean? Did you ever see that segment when I was talking about some guy's near-death experience?
The guy that was it the guy that said he saw that his hate is what killed him? Gave him a heart attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was
But
awesome.
all of it was gone when he died, and he was watching his body, all the pain, all the sadness, all the sickness, everything gone. I don't know. I'm thinking there's some spiritual stuff going on with this terminal lucidity stuff. We're about to read this article, sir. Anything else you want to say before we move the wheels?
Much love. Thanks for the time.
Always. Thank you, Scott. Call me again.
Peace out.
Yo, terminal lucidity, and then we'll get back to what were we doing? We were watching something, right? We were going to watch this black lawyer, the avatar of the state of Georgia. Yo, terminal lucidity, where you is? Look at this. Rallying. End of life rally, when a dying person briefly perks up. Surge of lucidity. They get out of like comas. They like speak and eat. Yo, I'm telling you, it's like they're healed. I don't know, guys. I think this is some God stuff. I think this is some God stuff. You know what I mean? As I'm saying this ignorantly because I probably don't understand what I'm even saying. But I think this is some
In
God
this video,
stuff.
I want to share with you some extraordinary challenges to materialism.
Wait, extraordinary challenges to materialism. Oh, sounds like some smart guy probably talking about what I'm talking about. See, I didn't read about this though. I just read about terminal lucidity. Hey,
Stick
Karen,
around.
I see
I
you in
have
the chat. Thank you.
3 reasons
All
why
love.
the rally matters to you.
After the body shut down. These scientists, you nurse, you don't know what happened. You can't explain this one.
So the actual name for the rally is called terminal lucidity. That's what medical professionals call it. And it happens in about 1/3 of all of our patients. So that's a lot. That's 30%.
So does that mean only 1/3 of people are saved? Does that mean only 1/3 of people are going to heaven?
Actual name for the
Only if you rally, that means you got saved.
rally is called terminal lucidity. That's what medical professionals call it. And it happens in about 1/3 of all of our patients. So that's a lot. That's 30% of all of our patients experience this
30% of all your patients are saved, is what you're telling me.
medical phenomena. So
The rest? Yeah, sorry, not looking good.
what is it?
The road is wide.
Exactly. It is when someone who is terminally ill or showing that they're dying, we usually call it transitioning. It's when they're very, very sick. So they're mostly sleeping, not eating, not drinking, looking like
You got the music going.
going to die. Their family's preparing themselves. Everyone thinks this is it. And then suddenly they have this burst of energy. And it can be small, where they're just up and talking and kind of having a good day, or it can be really big. They suddenly are up walking. They're wanting cheeseburgers. They're wanting their favorite food. Their personality comes back. They're joking. And this can really send people into a tizzy because they think their loved one is suddenly better. And the hook with the rally is that they suddenly die. So this rally is not drawn out. They're not better for weeks. This is like dying, better, die. So it's
called being saved, woman. It's called God saving them.
The reason it's so
Nick, Canadian hospices that refuse the MAID, the euthanasia program, are stripped of funding. No way! My father did that the day before he passed. Right on, Dank Daddy. If you have sleep apnea, are you transitioning multiple times a night? Yo, Nick, Canadian hospices that refuse the MAID euthanasia program are stripped of funding. You guys know about MAID? Medically assisted in dying. It's a death cult in Canada. Trying to spread this everywhere. Remember when it was just like it was just these Eastern Europeans and I don't know, people in Denmark and stuff who just wanted this stuff. They're like, yes, it's so beautiful. Suicide is my right. And if I want to go and have like the music playing, it used to be just over there. Now we got people talking about MAID in Canada, medically assisted assistance in dying. It's sick. It's absolutely sick. We're in the cockpit right now. Got a beautiful sun scene right now. You can see the scratches on the window. You could see all the details. You can see, very cool. Where's my coffee cup? Anyways. We are in the cockpit and we are making sure that we're flying okay. We still got plenty of flight. Oh, we're closer than I thought. We're already in Georgia. We will be beginning our descent. It should be in about 15 or so minutes, ladies and gentlemen. As we begin our descent in 15 or so minutes, we will be pausing service for a little while as we get the cabin ready for... Oh, no, we don't have to pause it. We're not on our final descent, but we will be descending. So your ears might start popping, okay? But we're still chilling. We're still chilling. So we're in the cockpit. We're flying fine. Our descent begins, I believe, once we get to waypoint 𝒏𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, which is just about 8 nautical miles away from our landing. We're pretty close. We're closer than I thought. Folks, I hope you've been enjoying the show today. It's been fun for me. I wanted to show you the avatar of Georgia, though. I was telling you about Young Thug, rapper Young Thug, embroiled in a case against the state on RICO charges. Look, the guy got racketeering charges, okay, or some other stuff. Young Thug is facing some serious charges, okay? Apparently part of a gang. They say he's part of a gang. And there's this clip that's going viral where Young Thug's lawyer has apparently had enough of the state lawyer's interruptions. This is the state lawyer here, this black woman, and this is the judge up here. Let us watch, because this is not just law and politics. This is the avatar of the state. This is the avatar that represents the spirit of the state of Georgia.
One of them they're just wrong on. It's not.
Remember, state of Georgia, the same people going after Trump, and New York.
One of them they're just wrong on. It's not Mr. Williams' gun. It was never said. But two, that's why we're here having a hearing. So, you know, I sit here, I don't interrupt Ms. Love at all. And if this is the way, Your Honor, and I need to bring this up to the court, if we are going to be doing opening statements with interruptions, cross-examination with interruptions, I am going to ask the court to admonish and take action against Ms. Love, because I sat here for a year.
Look at her proving him right.
It feels like being interrupted on every quality, proper statement, and all the objections are the same. Asked and answered, vague.
Your Honor, I'm
not,
going
excuse me, Ms. Love.
Look at her proving him right.
Excuse me, Ms.
Let
Love.
him finish, man.
You have
Let him finish.
Not, excuse me, Ms.
Let him
Love.
finish, man.
You have to.
And I'm going to object to being spoken to by Mr. Steele and
You ain't gonna talk to me like that.
understanding manner on the record.
I'm speaking
let
with
him finish, and then I'll let you respond. Okay? Thank you. Your Honor.
Imagine having to deal with this. And it's like, there's like rules, okay? But imagine objecting to every little thing you say. And then now he's threatening, he's going to start doing that too. And imagine putting the jury and the judge and all these people through this process of objecting to every little thing just to break him down like a black woman, I guess. I mean, I can't say I've been in a black home like that, but, you know, I hear the calls. I hear the stories on the JLP show. Shout out JLP show. Hey, we learn a lot about life through all those calls, huh? The JLP show.
You have to.
And I'm going to object to being spoken to.
Proving him
by
right.
Mr.
This is what you got. This is what people are dealing with. This is what people are dealing with in politics in the state of Georgia. Don't they say Atlanta is like is a messed up place?
Steele and understanding manner on the record.
I'm speaking
let
with
him finish, and then I'll let you respond. Okay? Thank you. Your Honor.
finish. And if we're going to sit here during opening statements, then I'm telling the court, and I don't want to do this, I am going to object to everything that I believe there is a good faith basis. That is everything. I am going to be standing up, and you know how bad that is going to be for all of us? That is just wrong to do it to a jury and to each other. But if that's the way the state of Georgia thinks it's good to litigate, I understand.
Well, I'm just
Dang. I mean, I feel bad for y'all. I mean, that's where we're going. We're on our way to Georgia right now. We're already in Georgia, on our way to Atlanta. In fact, we are beginning our descent down to Atlanta currently, folks. Your ears will begin popping a little bit, but enjoy this as we are basically in our last moments here. Not just quite yet. We'll let you know when we're on our final. But it's been a nice flight so far, no? I got calls coming in. Caller.
Call from
Levi.
Caller, you're on the air. Your name, I believe, is Levi. Where are you calling from?
Calling from New York. What it do, Nick?
Hey, what's up, Levi? First time calling my show?
No, I called.
You have. You've definitely called my show before. I remember you now. Appreciate you calling me back. Welcome,
Yeah,
Levi.
I
How you
just
been?
wanna. Yeah, you know, just relaxing for the weekend. Even though I'm busy on the weekend, so I'm like working over the weekend and whatever. What's not? But I want to mention a couple things. And yeah, I am that guy that left that random ass comment in the live section. Yeah, I have a soft spot for for traditional women.
Oh,
yeah.
that was you. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
And like, I mean,
The traditional women.
you
So
just
right.
gotta give them some. Yeah, just gotta give them some love, you know.
It's so true, man. And it's got to be not that emotional stuff, but it's exactly right when it needs to be.
Yeah, I'm more of
It's
a
funny when it
thinker
needs to
than
be.
a
It's tempered.
feeler.
It's tough when it needs to be, and it's sweet and gentle when it needs to be.
Yep, short, sweet, just fine for me.
You on a? Are you? But I forget. You don't have to put out your information. But are you married by chance or in a relationship? I forget
No,
if you had
I'm
told me
not
that.
in a relationship
That's
or
right.
married. Nah.
Right on, sir.
None.
Where are you
Not
calling from
yet.
again?
Hmm?
Where are you calling from again?
New York.
Oh, that's right. Welcome to New York. Yeah, man. I mean, what do you think about when you say love and all that? What do you thinking? What do you think about women today, though?
Women today.
And like being all nice and sweet to them.
Well, us men are natural givers, so we just gotta give them some love and all that shit like that, and they're the receivers. So, I mean,
But like,
at the
but like,
at
what do you
at
mean
the
by
end of
give
the
them
day,
what?
the only thing I want from them is respect and whatever.
The only thing you want from a woman is respect.
Yeah.
Good luck. I don't know how that really works. You know, I used to say you command respect. That's something I used to say to myself. But
that too.
I don't know. I think it's more like you don't even think about respect. Like you just
me or
you just show
generally
everybody else
speaking?
respect. You don't even think about receiving it. And even that, it's like, what does that even mean? Respect.
You mean like generally speaking, or?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Normally I don't like.
Because like you were talking about love here,
general
right?
stuff.
Just to be clear, because we're talking about love. Okay. You're saying you want respect from a woman. Does that mean that you wouldn't love her if she didn't give you respect?
Well, if she doesn't give me respect, then I don't want to curse on air, but maybe I probably would anyway. You just ditch the bitch and go on your merry way. No problems, no
So let's say you're married.
fights or struggle, whatever. Oh, married?
Let's say you're
well,
married and she's disrespecting you.
Oh, you just wash your hands clean.
And what do you mean by wash your hands clean?
Well, if putting in her place doesn't work, I would just say just wash your hands clean and just go elsewhere. Is that you just gotta have leverages and whatever what's not. You gotta have a leverage. If you don't have that leverage and if you lose that leverage, she's not gonna really respect you in that manner. But if you do have that leverage, she's gonna respect you in that sense.
It sounds like, but you said, okay, I'm following you. But love, okay. It's like,
it's just
it sounds
something
like
that my old man told me and whatever what's not.
I'm following you, but no, this is an interesting conversation. I appreciate what you're saying here. This is super interesting. I get to respond and kind of work things out here with what you're saying. Because let's work this out. Let's think about this. You're saying love. We should love, and you gotta give it to them. You gotta really do it, and gotta give the women the love. Right? You're agreeing there. But you're saying you gotta receive respect, and if you don't get respect, basically ditch her, throw it to the curb. So then, what is love? What is love? What in your eyes?
What is love? You know, when you ask me that question, I think of that song, What is Love? You know, Baby Don't Hurt Me, you know that shit.
Well, of course. So what do you think it is?
I would say affection and whatever what's not. That's like a really broad question. It's like you giving somebody the affection, trust, protectiveness, care, closeness, and involvedness, and whatever what's not with that other person that that you're with. And that's what I would describe love at
to your
a
dad?
basic general level. Yeah. Even
oh, nice.
Even
it sounds
if,
like he gave you some good advice.
Even if even though we're like, generally I'm like my family's like split apart. We're like living in different places and whatever what's not, but we still have that really close connection despite being spread apart. You know, we got our own businesses
Right
to
on.
take care of, but
So
we
you're close
still
to your
call
dad. It
each
sounds
other
like he
time.
gives you good advice. If you let's say
No,
let's say this for example. Let's say
I would say it's the other way around. I give him some good advice to
Oh, right on.
and whatever was not, and then, you know, have our usual talk and stuff like that we do time to time, you know, down to earth talk. But
let's say you did something. Let's say you have you ever disrespected your dad?
No.
Never ever. You've never disrespected him?
Nah, that's actually ultra rare.
So you have once.
No.
One time.
Nah.
A long time ago.
Nope.
Okay, let's say hypothetically, let's
My
say you
younger
did
siblings
disrespect him.
did. My younger siblings did, but not me.
Does your dad still love your younger siblings?
Yeah, he loves all of us.
And does that make sense to you, or do you think because he was disrespected, he should stop loving them?
Wait, what was the question?
Do you think that's okay, or do you think your dad should stop loving your siblings because your siblings disrespect him?
No, still love him. It's just
why?
like, you know, I haven't really thought about that one, but I mean, forgiveness, good for the soul, what some people say or whatever.
Right. So this almost in this conversation we've almost discovered a little bit closer on what love is. Love doesn't change. Love doesn't change because someone treats you differently, because they disrespect you or are mean to you or whatever.
Yeah, but where I'm coming from, like, you know, like relationship with a woman is more like a mean, nasty, hateful, angry woman that has like a demon inside her type-ish, if you catch my drift. Not like the example you just gave with
So there's a
my
limit.
father
You're
with my
saying if you're bad
siblings.
enough, you can stop loving them?
Well, there's a difference between like a woman and your family. With family, you forgive them at the end of the day, and whatever what's not, because that's your blood. But with a woman, it's like, I mean,
Why is it different?
if she's gonna do all of that, it's like not really worth fighting with her, because like I view it as like an uphill battle. So you just like leave them with their own hell. So it's like, yeah.
Fair
That's
enough.
how
I don't.
pretty much
I don't.
view it.
I
So
don't
I
blame
have
you for
my
that.
limits.
No, I don't blame you for that
Yeah.
at all. You don't have to take on someone else's hell. But sometimes we find ourselves in situations. Let's say you're married. That's like one example, and it's not so.
No,
it's
it's
not as
only
easy
if
to
you
just
marry
like,
it.
okay, I'm not dealing with this anymore.
No, it's only if that man marries a demon without knowing that they put a ring on a demon, and find out sometime later till they actually take their mask off and be like, "Rut-row."
I got you, man. But you follow me, right? You see that there's an aspect to love here that you're missing. It's like it doesn't change just because she's evil.
Yeah, and all that extra stuff. So that's what I wanted to, you know, put in and
Yeah,
whatever
man.
was
I appreciate
not
your
in.
call. Super interesting. I thank you for that.
And
Levi, correct?
And yeah, and I guess one more thing before I go
Thank you.
off
Go
for the
ahead.
night. I haven't been on any of Jesse's live streams for like this week, so I don't know what the Bible question of the week is. Or something.
Oh, it's
you know, I do that morning grind, so
I'm forgetting. I'm blanking. It is something about I got it right here. You want it?
yeah, sure, shoot it.
It is, have you ever and can you ever solve a non-practical problem by thinking about it?
Can I solve a non-practical problem when thinking about it? The answer would be no, because there's literally no point, no purpose if it's not practical. There's no end result to that. It's like, I guess for a really, really extended example would be like, oh, this non-practical problem would be like, I don't know, some situation that's happening in a totally different country and a bunch of other political hooplas that has nothing to do with your inner circle of what you have to do for yourself in this present time, and not something that's going to probably happen years down the line or within a week or whatever, something that is not in your life, not your problem. That's what I view like non-practical stuff.
I gotcha.
Practical stuff is more like, okay, I'm running out of food in my fridge. I got to do some food shopping on Saturday or whatever, and got to fill up my tank for the week because, you know, got to get to work and back. That's what I view like, you know, something practical, something in your control. Non-practical is something not in your control. So, yeah.
Nice. Right on, man. Well, thanks. Interesting answer, sir. Appreciate your call. Levi,
Yep.
last thing you want to say before we move these wheels?
We out for the weekend.
Nice.
Well, let me know when you're doing the or the VR chat type ish, because I do want to pull up with you on whatever VR chat shenanigans.
Nice, man. Yeah, I'll see if I can make a post about it if I know when I'm gonna do it.
For sure. And for the YouTube comment section, Booty Warrior out.
Hey, that's true. This is Booty Wire. Right on, Levi. Thank you. Take care, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That is Booty Warrior, folks. All right, you guys got to kick back and relax because we are landing. Sugar Pancake Face has joined us. Nice. I'm glad. Sugar Pancake Face. Guys, ladies, kick back, relax. We are getting ready to land. Well, actually, I may have jumped the gun here. We're a little bit farther. But we are basically arriving to our final turn here very shortly. Okay, so it's not that much time. Holy, wait. How close are we? We're close, folks. I got to get this situated. Be right back. I think we got to dive bomb the plane a little bit. Hold on to your seats, folks. We got to dive bomb this thing a little bit. We got to get down there. Don't worry, we'll land. Hold on to your seats. Seatbelt sign's back on.
And if you ever change your mind, austerity will bother you. There is a place, a little place, for people just like you. Oh, you love so dearly, so you won't know what to do. It has to be austere. Yeah, buddy, austere. Go ahead, try for me, I don't care. Try
folks.
Everybody says I'm wrong. Said I'm dying to meet you, girl. Everybody says I'm wrong. Everybody says I'm wrong. But we keep it going on. Feelings coming on. But the bullshit got too long. Yeah. Everybody says I'm wrong. Everybody says I'm wrong.
Hier encore, j'avais 20 ans, je caressais le temps et jouais de la vie comme on joue de l'amour, et je vivais la nuit sans compter sur mes jours qui fuyaient dans le temps. J'ai fait tant de projets qui sont restés en l'air, j'ai fondé tant d'espoirs qui se sont envolés, que je reste perdu ne sachant où aller, les yeux cherchant le ciel mais le cœur mis en terre. Hier encore, j'avais 20 ans, je gaspillais le temps en croyant l'arrêter, et pour le retenir, même le devancer, je n'ai fait que courir et me suis essoufflé, ignorant le passé, conjuguant le futur. Je précédais de moi toute conversation et donnais mon avis.
Thank you so much for being with us today. Make sure you don't get up. Hey, sit down. We haven't even gotten to the gate. Don't be rude. You'll have your chance. Make sure before you open up the overhead compartments that you do check so you don't hit your little noggins, because the contents of said compartments may have shifted on this little bit of a wild flight at moments. Otherwise, make sure you're kind to our lovely flight attendants, as they do have the information for your connecting flights. And as always, we appreciate your continued patronage here on Anchor Baby Airlines. Flying Delta Airlines today, but we always fly Anchor Baby Airlines. Nick Street, appreciate that. Until the next one. Right on, folks. That's the show. American Ink. That's your captain. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I did. Thank you for being with me. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, your Friday. Enjoy, chill, relax. We'll be back, of course, Sunday for church, as we do. What can I say, folks? That's the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right on, y'all. Love y'all. Take care. See y'all on the flip.